play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Absolutely no respite is the BMG. Shout out to BMG. Yes, JB Leeds. What's good, brother? 78 RPM in the building. Joe Depp. Mingy. Me. Mingy. 78 RPM. Brett in the building. Legendary MVG. Nobody do it how we does it. What we all saying? Ain't nobody down round here, BMG. And you know it. If you don't know by now, you never knew. It's a jumper that I'm going to move because it's going to annoy me. Oh, what a week we're having. Yes! You know what time it is? Oh, bollocks. Just knock my fucking beer over. It's, don't worry, it's unopened, but now fizzy, so I'll have to put it on the rotisserie. Start again. You know what time it is? Get that badger. In and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Argentinians don't do cornetos. I need some context, I think. I think I've missed an interview or something along them lines. What's good, everybody? Where's my beer opener? Cornetto that Farke doesn't want to play. Bonetta will stay on the bench until the summer, says Jay. Is that the Cornetto line? To be fair, I thought I actually want to discuss Farke's press conference. I thought it was mint, so... Just one cornetto, give it to me, evidently. Bullshit. He always takes his time to bed new players, and he does MVG. Time we don't have, says JB Leeds, which is also true. Out the freezer, fucking get in. What I would say, though, is he has come straight into the side, hasn't he? Like, and he's actually come off the bench sooner than I thought he would do, because I thought he'd sort of go in on-tone stuff, but he has come in. He's trying to get him in the side. I do think he's promised him some minutes. Not that I think he works on a promise, my man Farke fucker, but I think Bonetta will do a few late cameos, play in the cup, and maybe start a couple of home games versus lesser clubs like Burnley and Wolves. Lesser clubs geared up, BMG. They're big games, though, them, aren't they? Huge games, must wins. Farke does not take his time bedding in as much as Bielsa did. Do you remember when Rafinha were waiting to get on pitch? I don't mind it, though. I don't think this can just come straight in. I'm in a league of one, methinks. Well done all the way. Ribeiro. In his presser, he used every excuse he could not to use him. I don't think that's true, to be fair, though, Brett. I thought he was saying I thought everything he said was right. I think he's mint in his press conferences. I think he's proper relaxed. He kicks back and he chillax about everything, and he's calm. He's never too up. He's never too down. I think he comes across brilliantly. And, you know, with all knobhead, boring, shit-ass questions that he gets relentlessly, you know, he gives them plenty of his time and stuff. Something that I take my time with BMG. You know what it is? Steady on, Roger. Don't be causing no shit tonight. Yes, they are. The Thunderclappers. Get up. Just checked the service. We've not actually checked. We'll smash a like for us, guys. We're only on 11 likes. What's all that about? Smash a like for us, guys. There shouldn't be. I don't know what the ad's about. We just go on recommended nowadays, Joe Depp. It's the best thing I can do. The Thunderbrats. Get up. To wrap up last week, Colour 11, I thought of Sean Teal. That's a very good one. And the first female, Lucy Bronze. Very good, BMG. Paul Jack, the 11. Sweet left peg. Free kick maestro. Free kick maestro is a good one as well. Super sub. Sweet left peg. Which 11? Sweet left peg. Super sub. Oh, what was the third one? Free kick maestro. Don't know if I spelled maestro wrong. I think I spelled it wrong, but you all know what I'm doing. You all know where we're at. Ain't nobody do it how we does it. I'm using my mouse today, and it's fucking freaking me out because it's in the way of the mic. But I don't want to go the other side of it, or it'll end up I'm just going to have to go Tradish, I think. Yes, Ayo. Love it, mate. Jack, lad, no excuses if we lose tomorrow, mate. No, there won't be any excuses, though, will there, to be fair? It's a tough game, though. I won't have it argued, you know, this idea that we're just going to... They did a number on us, didn't they, at their place, which is awful. It is huge. But, you know, it's only a 6-pointer because they are quite literally in and around us, isn't it? Which I know is how it works, but really, you know, we only need to see West Ham off, don't we, this season? We're 6 points above them. It just puts us so far away from everyone, really. Who've West Ham got a weekend here? Oh, fucking hell. They've got Burnley. Jesus Christ, that's probably 3 points, isn't it? Could do with Burnley doing something there, couldn't we? He's in, he's on, he's over. Evening Badgers, yes, well, Piglet. I think that's I think he is Aronson's backup, really. Be interested to see what he does tomorrow, really. I mean, I'm buzzing about getting to Ellen Road early doors tomorrow. I can't wait. I say early doors, I'll probably be seconds before kick-off, but... yes, Lancy boy, 6-pointer tomorrow in half. It just pulls us away in general, doesn't it? It takes us potentially 9 points off West Ham, even though I think they'll probably do Burnley over. But it puts us, you know, if they're not playing till Saturday, so even just for an evening, we're 9 points away from them. And then the pressure's more on them. And Burnley are only 5 points off them, so this is all or nothing for... that's a good idea for a poll, AO. We'll go with that one. I know what the answer will be. I'll get battered in there, but... what was I saying? Yeah, it's Burnley's last chance, isn't it, really? They'll be looking at that thinking if we don't win this game, and it's at Burnley's gaff. You know, they've only won 3 games all season, but, you know, a point you'd take, wouldn't you? Wilco used to use new players sparingly, Cantona being one, and Rocastle another. Rocastle. I forgot about Rocastle. I don't know how to say his name like that. I forgot about him. Sick of Gruev, he should be playing football on a Sunday in the back arse of nowhere, mate. You can't mean that, JB. You can't mean that. Surely that is... that's crazy stuff. Jack past living or present. If you're a Leeds player, who would you have liked to room with on away days? Well, I would say Boya, but, you know, he also gets you in court cases and stuff, doesn't he? Vinnie Jones would have been a laugh. I don't know, really. I don't know. Nobody springs to mind particularly, to be honest. Fuck it, let's go with Boy, just for entertainment. Don Matteo would have probably been a fair bit of fun. He seems like he likes a drink. Anybody that wants to go to Boozer, really, which I think's all of them, innit, back in there. You know, the further back you go. I don't know old enough wise characters. But, you know, Billy Bremner and that, he'd just to have some stories for you guys. People take the presses far too literally. 78 RPM striking again here. Farke barely ever says anything. He keeps his cards to his chest. And he literally said that in the presser, didn't he? He literally... I can't remember exactly what was being discussed. It was just about the transfer market, I think. And he was like, it's done now. I don't want to talk about any sort of speculation. He does the thing what Bielsa used to do, just in a different way, where he just talks. Bielsa didn't talk and he used to use the interpreter and stuff. And I think he could do a little bit better than through the interpreter. But I think it worked for him and then he just kept the interpreter. I mean, I know he couldn't speak great English, and he definitely couldn't when he first got here. But definitely after a few years, the man's intelligent enough to be able to hold a press conference. But Farke does the same thing, and he'll just talk for 10 minutes on one question that's like a nothing question. That's why the presser today went on for about 40 minutes, didn't it? Or yesterday, whenever it was. BMG disagrees on Gruev. Not glamorous, but does a decent job. He hasn't let us down. I agree. It's... I don't think he's weak as piss, man. I think he reads game really well. I agree that it's relatively frustrating... Not frustrating, but it's slightly sapping when he is in the starting lineup because you know that we've set up a certain way. But really, away from home, I thought that was the whole point. Do you not remember when we were having pretty bad days away from home? And Gruev's a steady pair of tootsies, isn't he? So we don't really need to... Yeah, I'd rather him go Longstaff, Ampadu and Tanaka in middle. Or, you know, depending on formation he goes for, Longstaff and Ampadu in there. Aronson, Okafor. I mean, I think he'll go with Okafor. That's the only reason I say Okafor. And then Calvert-Lewin up top, obviously. Because Aronson can do that, do the dual role, can't he? So it sort of goes to, you know, the dinosaur over here again. But people that think it's Aronson in behind DCL, I think have got it slightly wrong in the formation and how it works. I think Aronson quite literally plays all down the right-hand side and central, and he just gets around Calvert-Lewin. I think that's the perfect position for him as well. It's a bit more of a free role. Whereas Okafor does want to go wide, but so he sort of becomes like the left winger. So that's where it sort of becomes 4-4-2 really. If Aronson sits in, Okafor's sort of high and wide or near DCL if we're sort of defending. But I'm not sure Okafor puts himself about enough, to be honest. I think we've seen enough of him now to know that we do need a little bit more from him. And it's mainly just his output as well, like going forward. If he's going to... I don't mind him cheating on way back. Most of them do. Most proper wingers do that think they're probably better on ball than they actually are. But if you're going to cheat, you have to then get at your centre-back, get at your right-back, and you've got to beat him, haven't you? Once a game, that's all you've got to do. Gavin Link, yes, brother, what's good? Easy, mate. Caught you live again. We win for Rest to Moz. We win Forest to Moz. Sorry, it's how the thing went down onto the next thing. We win Forest to Moz 2-1. The lads will want to fight after Arsenal or Leeds out way. And it's a big bounce back, isn't it, big man? I agree, Gavin Link. I'm all in for it, mate. It's a big time to bounce back. You know, after an awful defeat that won at worst performance. Well, that and Arsenal away was probably the worst performances I've seen. So, although, you know, the Forest one were bad. Burnley were bad. Brighton that were real bad. A few people say that, but I disagree, and I'd say most people who've really watched him properly do as well. I honestly, BMG, I think he does a good job for us. There were a time last, in Championship, do you remember when everybody wanted him in? And then the year after, everybody wanted him out again, so... Come on, Burnley, says Mick Boyle. Yeah, I'm fully behind Scotty Parker for this one. Yes, Darren Elliott, what's good, man? Hey up, lad. You going to game tomorrow? Yes, indeed, I am, mate. Yeah, you. Massive game. Somehow I kind of wish we had Solomon instead of Okafor or even Nonto playing. At least he has that quality in front of goal. Yeah, he's not shown enough, I don't think, Okafor, in the grand scheme of things, like I say. I actually rate Nonto, because Nonto seems to get a little bit of stick, really, from fan base, doesn't he? But, or, because he didn't have best year in Championship. But I do think Premier League suits him as well, to be honest, just how, with the way he runs with ball and stuff. Probably gets a little bit more time on ball in the grand scheme of things. It's less ferocious in the Premier League, even though it's obviously a much more difficult standard. But in terms of beating a player, I don't think Nonto would struggle beating anybody. I don't want to say in the world, but at the top level, it doesn't really matter if you're playing in Championship. If you're beating a man, if you've got somebody's number, I think Nonto's got it in the locker. And Solomon, like you say, proven at this level a lot more than Okafor, isn't it? Okafor showed little glimpses, but it's just not been enough. Hopefully that Buonetta fella's in and on and over here. They must win, Lancey boy, and you know it, mate. Lance will be at game or green grass. Burnley are more than capable of holding West Ham to a draw, especially at home. Yes, indeed. It depends which West Ham turn up, doesn't it? I mean, they've been on a relatively decent run, haven't they, lately? And now everybody's telling me that they're in fine form and they're on the rise. It's like their bad patch has lasted like the entirety of the season, and they've won a couple of games in the last few weeks. And now everybody's pissing the pants. It's like you just got to concentrate really on us tomorrow. 3 points tomorrow is a huge gap. It guarantees 6 from West Ham by end at weekend, and then it's 3 on Notts Forest. A loss tomorrow, as massive as it is, but you've just got to then pick up points elsewhere, haven't you? And I know that's shit is a shit. Although I've not got my LEDs on, have I, boys? I don't know if they're more annoying than what else though, because they don't really shine the way that they do on screen. But adding that bit of sauce, aren't we? Bit late, but I made it, Jack, and you know it. Yes, Lukey boy, get up. There were a couple of nicely timed red cards for Forest and West Ham. Yes, indeed. Fucking hell. That were a big game, though. Enjoyed the West Ham 1 BMG. Big Nige up in this bitch. Big Nige, you want to share a room with Big Nige, Lancy? There's no betting on that. He'll go for it tomorrow. This idea as well, I know you're not saying that, AO, you try to rage bait me. But this idea that he does ever set up as like not trying to win a game is crazy to me. He's tried to win every game we've ever played, genuinely, even if we've got pumped. There's a difference, there's even against Liverpool away, which people sort of said we were a bit negative in that. It's like Liverpool are a decent side. They won the league last year. Spent $500 million or whatever it is. I still think we were still looking to catch them on counter. I mean, we were the only team that had ball in net, and DCL were on his crazy run. We could do with DCL getting a goal tomorrow, just for my own mind, just for my own peace of mind. Could well be cautious from both sides, says Legendary MVG. Yeah. It's a big one. It's a big one. I can't wait for it, though. People get nervous, don't they? It's like, this is what it's all about, baby. Big games. Big games down bottom end of the table. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thunk it? There was a member of England coaching staff who was sacked when he was caught in the hotel, stood astride 2 chairs, trying to shit into a cup. Forgot his name. That sounds epic. I mean, I'm not sure I'd want to be in the room, but still. Luke, by the time you see my last comment, you may have forgotten, but Alioski is roommate. Oh, I've got you, Luke, yes. I thought it said Alioski at end, and then I thought, yeah. I got you, I'm with you. I thought Farke was Techie Presser. He ought to come on Underlap if he thought Presser was ruthless. We're working on getting him on Underlap, aren't we? We just need another sort of 5,000 viewers or something, and then we might be able to get the doctor on. I mean, to talk to the doctor would be absolutely outrageous, because his mum never raised no dummy, that's for sure. After watching Burnley on Monday, I would say you defo need to beat Forest or West Ham, close the gap. Well, they're all shit, aren't they, down there? But for some reason now, even though we're 6 points in front of West Ham are good and we're not. And that's the Voldemorts of the world that pump that shit out. But, West Ham are good now, aren't they? So, because they beat Tottenham, who have also been shit this season, and they beat Sunderland, who have not been shit. And then they went 2-0 up, and the Flakes fell apart against Chelsea, who have also been a bit shit of late. So, yes, Harley 200. Batty would be my choice. Still a conversationalist. Yeah, I know. I actually thought about Batty, and then thought, don't particularly talk too much, does he? Love the content, Dave. Keep it bubble. Grev played against Liverpool and Chelsea's midfield, amongst others, and didn't come off second best. Agreed, BMG. And against, I believe, was it Everton? It came off, and I felt like we lost a little bit in centre midfield, and that's the game when Tanaka was shite, I think. Which is no hit on Tanaka, because you're bound to have an off performance, and it is hard to come off at bench and affect games, as we all know, being fellow benchers. But he holds his own. He knows his role. He knows what he's got to do, and he knows what he's capable of. Burnley had a goal XG of 0.06 against us. Worst team we've played at home this season, and that includes Wolves. Yeah, that's bad stuff, innit? He's probably right chilled in real life, though. Alioski's probably cool, calm, collected. He's probably like Dr. Farke. Yes, Harley, I know you're after something, but no one cares about you, mate. I fear the Daesh factor Friday, says Roger Slicker. Behaviour. So what Daesh factor? The gravelly voice. That's all he's got in locker. We should win tomorrow and walk away with 3 points. 3-1 to Leeds. Love it. Ayo. Bielsa slagged for 2 attacking and no plan B. Farke 2 defensive. Favouritism and not good enough. Newsflash. It's the same anti-fans. They're all sat there in the wings waiting. And it benefits them to piss and moan. The majority don't have a bad word to say about Dr. Farke. The fact that we're still sort of discussing... shit, I forgot about the poll, BMG. The poll is at 58%. 58% free kick maestro. We'll let a couple more votes go in. And then we'll call it at 1:30. But it's looking very likely that it's free kick maestro. Yeah, they're all just waiting, and it's crazy how we're still discussing it, because that sort of proves the fact, doesn't it, that fans are just waiting for it all to go tits up, which at some point it will do. You know, like if we lose tomorrow, for instance, we've been thumped to Arsenal last week, then we lose tomorrow, they're coming for him again, aren't they? And it all just starts again, and we all get back, and then we've got to be like, well, you know, can we just put it into context? And the last 2 games have been poor, but I'm just hoping there is a reaction tomorrow, because I can't be arsed with it myself. So I wouldn't mind seeing Nonto up front with DCL, but I doubt he'll do it. Yeah, he's not going to be starting Nonto anytime soon, is he? I struggle sometimes to know what order he has him in terms of like ranking. You know, like Okafor. Obviously, Dan James is coming back, so that will be interesting to see what he does. Because Dan James can only really play one way. You know, he's not going to do like Aronson's job, is he? Okafor's obviously tends to pull wide left, so he could sort of do the same Okafor job on the right. But then you'd have to move Aronson over to the sort of inside left channel a little bit. Smash a like, BMG. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Born Lees. Let's sue Leicester and get some PSR money, PRS money, PAR money. Let's sue Leicester anyway, mate. Paqueta is a big miss, and that Gadju got a red in there. Best defender, apparently. Well, I would argue Paqueta was a big miss, but to be fair, and I like Paqueta, and like I don't want him to do well. I didn't want this season. I've not wanted West Ham to do well while he's been there, but he was so bad at Ellen Road against us. It was so like lazy and lackadaisical. No. It's probably better when they're up against it. It's probably better in being inside. But I agree, BMG. Okafor flying winger without the flying bit. Exactly, yeah, the tricky winger that's quite easy to contain. Todibo. Okaflop. The Stamford Strangler. Good lord. BMG, you could say it's bad luck that we keep getting injuries, but in some ways lucky that there's only a couple at one time, e.g. Stack-out, Biol coming back. It'd be good to see Biol back tomorrow, wouldn't it, really? But I'm also, at the same token, obviously, Farke on the medical staff, you'd have to praise, really, in grand scheme of things. Because they've not seemed to rush anybody back. So we went through that patch, didn't we, like with Bamford and stuff, where we sort of rushed players back pretty quick. And then as they got injured, you know, it gets considerably worse, doesn't it, when you start picking up. I mean, Stack's been relatively injury prone this year, hasn't he? He's been out a few times. But Biol back would be a big hit, wouldn't it? He's a big old beast, isn't he? Could always be worse, Mingy. Harrison. Possibly a crazy take, but I think Biol could be crucial for us in the running. If he stays fit, we have a good chance. I think he's been brilliant. Them three, Rodon, Pascal and Biol are the boyos at back, aren't they? Big units. Again, Bornau's not been bad when he's come in. And James Justin as well. It's good that he's not fully, because he thought he broke his toe, didn't he? And it turned out to be just a bruised toe. It sounds a bit lame, but if you've ever bruised your toe, it hurts. So no one on the corner has swagger like us. Will DCL be wanting to bag 1 or 3 versus his old Bosch dice? I'd say 3. Whatever keeps us up and keeps him closer to that England squad, mate. 3 tomorrow, I'd be like, fucking DCL, you motherfucker, get up. When you say us, Brett, you mean Leeds, right? He's on his way over. He's on his way over, BMG. Us as in Sunderland on Monday night, but really he meant Leeds. Super Leeds. Dash always looks like he shits himself. Yeah, he's. I saw him at Leeds Fest and everybody were all over him, and I did the right thing and I didn't go over. Because I can't, he gets on my tits, so I'm not going to go over and say hello. I'm not that guy. You know, I know we joke about the clout chaser and You know, there's plenty of them, but I just couldn't do it to myself. I'm like, no, fuck him. I think it's on that fucking level just because I'm that worried he's going to end up managing the club when it all goes a bit tits up and we go with Daesh, because that is something I am never getting behind. So you'll see how the YouTube content creators switch and flip when they all have to like fucking gobbling up all over fucking Daesh. They'll have no choice. He's the perfect man for them. And I'll be the dead opposite. I'll be like, this is a disaster. It'll be on its way, BMG. Do not fear. Anti-fan's lurking, but not as good as you know who. Yeah, he's not arisen yet. He might be cheating. Closing the poll. We're off free kick maestros, boys. What was the other idea? Oh, good window. Was this a good window? Yes or no? Gary Mack on free kicks. Good shout. War Piglet, and you know it. I'd instantly go Ian Hart. You'd have to go David Beckham. Roberto Carlos, but if we're going full left backs, I'd go Ian Hart over Roberto Carlos. He had a better record than Beckham, to be fair. Brett, you're Leeds, and you know you are. Ward Prowse has to be in there without a shadow of a doubt. It'll be in there, and you know it. I had to check it wasn't there. I think it'll be Darlow, Bogle, Gabby, Struick, Rodon, Justin, Ampadu, Longstaff, Gruev, Aronson and DCL. Wouldn't be my team, but I think it will go that way. See, I was thinking this today, and I do think there's a chance he does that, because I think he'll let Longstaff push on in the same way that Stack does. Because when it's Stack and Aronson in there, they both sort of push on and make a 3-round DCL, don't they? But having spoke to my brother, not to throw him under the bus, I think he might go. I'm not sure if he's going to start Longstaff. That's my thing. But I've got a feeling he's going to go Okafor for either Gruev or Longstaff, and let Longstaff do a slightly more advanced version of what Gruev does with Ampadu, and let Okafor go, and Aronson can come into the 3 centre mids if we need them. And then when he gets back in, that's when we go to the 4. Because you've got Ampadu, Longstaff, Aronson, and then Okafor when he gets back in. And you can sort of get Aronson will do the hard yards and sort of give him that leniency. And then obviously you've got 3 at back still. So that it's a tricky. I never know what he's going to do now, and it's quite enjoyable really. We're in a good place when you don't. Well, you know, you're not actually, because sometimes you can tinker far too much. He got a bit of shit for that last year, did Dr. Farke as well, and it's like pointless talk. When you're winning games, when you win like 97% of the games that he played last year, why would you change? What would you change? You're winning games left, right, and centre. You do not change a winning formula, do you? So, but now he's sort of in a position where he can change, and it makes us stronger. 4-3-3 works, 5-3-2 works, 3-5-2 works. You know, it's the same thing. We're malleable, and we do a bit of all 3 in each and every game. No matter, he always talks about the base formation and that it's important, but it's not the be all and end. It's not the be all and end all. Obviously, when you bring a centre back off, you've clearly gone 4 at the back. But while we've got 3 at the back, and if James Justin's playing centre back, or even Rodon, to be fair, Rodon showed against Palace when he were off down right wing. It's like he's not just centre-back, and then we go to a 4, don't we? Rodon were going further down line than Bogle one. Bogle was sort of tucking in. So, is it players who are mediocre? I'm not sure of that, to be fair, or just great free kick takers. I would imagine it's just great free kick takers, isn't it? Nonto's being underused. He may be out of form and not fully match fit. I do think it's a shame he's not come on. He came on, I think, was it him and Aronson, or was it Tanaka and Aronson that came on against Liverpool and just totally changed the game? I do think Nonto's got that ability to change the game, but Can't sue Leicester. Firstly, we settled with them. Secondly, it's 6-point deduction. They were 7 points ahead of them. Fuck Leicester anyway. Ward-Prowse is definitely in there if it is like... Paqueta was their most talented player aside from maybe Bowen, but I think his head had gone and didn't want to be there. Yeah, he'd completely signed out on a BMG. It's mainly his celebrations I'm here for. Celebrations are mint. I'm an underlapper and you know it, Brett. Love it, BMG. Brett and BMG, but Dr. Farke and the medics. Yes, well, Piglet, I'm not sure if I actually said that. I think I might have just said Farke and the medics, but it should be Dr. Farke and the medics, shouldn't it? You talk, Wall Piglet. I was just going to start throwing out great free kick takers, but if that's the criteria, then it makes it a bit harder. Yeah, it certainly does. It's got to be that Shilliver in net, though, hasn't it? On free kicks. You have to be cool to be another team's fans and an underlapper, so respect Brett. And you know it, Ming. Respect to Brett. I think it should be players who are good at scoring from free kicks, past or present. Yes, BMG. Does Sinisa Mahajovic count? Great free kick taker, otherwise average player from what I remember on Football Italia. It's a Google for me, that. I'd respect Brett more if he admitted to being a Mac and White. Bale and Latiz. Yeah, Latiz definitely in there. Janino, absolutely, definitely. Rukoba. What a call that is, MVG. Rukoba was a beast as well. I used to love Rukoba. I think he scored like a mental goal in World Cup. And Mihalovic, it don't ring a bell, that. Scored versus the Champions League. Mihalovic, I'll have to Google him. Jack, do you think big units is the answer for Leeds? Surely it needs more reassurance than big units, aren't we? .com. Well, you can be two at once, can't you? You can be a big unit and decent at football, like Stack. Yeah, Beckham scored one goal. Yeah, his goal rate wasn't great. I know he'd been slightly... you probably slightly under-egged him there, but Ian Hart's percentage were better than Beckham's and his. So, certainly at one stage, but he were banging them in all the time. I remember when Ian Hart used to get over at free kicking, you'd think, we've got a chance here. You know, it really was exciting when he were over at ball. We don't really have that, do we now? Although we don't win a lot of free kicks on edge of box, do we? Truth be told. I would have liked a couple more loans and Meslier's shirt number removed. Brutal. I'm a bit lost for all the players though. Wasn't Zico supposed to be great at free kicks? I don't know, to be fair. But I would imagine they all want their Ronaldinho were good at free kicks. I know that's obviously much more recent than Zico. Paul Gascoigne were good at free kicks. Somebody said Letizia. I'm trying to think of older. Oliver de Cor got a couple, didn't he? But no, I'm only playing. That Ziga, he got a couple against us as well. He were good. John Arnorisa were good at free kicks. I'm naming all left backs here. There must be some right backs. Trent Alexander-Arnold's good at free kicks. Gary Mackey and Art Ward-Prowse. Robbie Carlos, Janino, Beckham. Zico's in there. He's been allowed. Julie wants to know if you have any videos of Ben's 11s. Ben's 11s, War Piglet. Trevor Baldwin, he's gone to rehab, mate. Following him on Instagram, it's he updates more times than he'll follow him. You've never heard of Rukoba? I'm sure he scored one of the best goals I've ever seen. I'm sure it was him in World Cup. Only a scorer of great goals. Alvaro Rukoba. 72 goals for Inter Milan. Known for his long-range screamers and direct free kicks. He's even saying he's already known for them. Dyche should be a perfect manager. We need a manager who looks like he shit himself, managing a team who too often play like we shit ourselves during games. Paul, wasn't a good window. Only time will tell, Jack. I hope this new lad, Binotti, get some minutes and start his goal tally. He'll get some minutes. He's already shown that he'll play him. I don't know what's going on with that one. I have to wait it out. Yeah, Recoba used to play for Internazionale, also known as Inter. Very injury prone, but great, technically gifted player. I'm sure it was him that scored like a worldie when I was a tiny kid. I remember just watching TV like 30 odd yards out. It's like, Jesus. Throw him in the mix. Get him in the mix. He's got to be in there. Fuck off, short rounds, never 97% winning form. I might have been joking a little bit. Roger, go steady. Messi does have to be in there. He's unbelievable. But Messi being in them all, wasn't he? But I can't remember him. I'm trying to think of like free kick takers like from foreign leagues. Jermaine Pennant could take a good free kick, you know. But mate, it were too hit and miss with him. That's not foreign league either, but consistently a threat. Probably wrong, but was Ribery a decent free kick taker? I don't know, but between him and Robben will have been, won't they? They'll have been good at free kicks. Robben definitely will have been good. Van Persie were good at free kicks, wasn't he? Van Persie's in there for sweet left peg as well. He's got one of the best left foots I've ever seen. Is it just a kind of rehab or is it rehab? Because it's crazy to me. I thought rehab was a little bit more like strict, but I suppose I've never been, so I wouldn't really know. But he's just gone swimming in lakes and stuff, I think, that looks of it. It's legendary. This free kick goalie, Savage. What's wrong with my guy? What's he called? Chilavert or something? Is it Chilavert? That he used to take out pens. Yeah, that Paraguayan Chilavert. It's got to be Chilavert for me, VMG. I think Bornau should always be back up for Be-All in the 3, not JJ, as with JJ, Rodon goes centre, and that's not him. I agree with that 78 RPM. However, it does switch our formation up, and I think JJ's got loads to offer. I think JJ can go forward a lot more than Bornau. I think he trusts Rodon and Struett to get the job done as two centre-backs. 3-1 to Leeds. Simple, says Sign H. I love it, mate. To be honest, I can. DCL, Tanaka, Nonto, Brendan Aronson and Bogle looking for a move away from Leeds in summer. As we are heavily over relying on them in games and not supplying them with quality backup. Wait for it. Tanaka and Nonto heavily relied on though. Everybody's saying they're not getting any minutes. I know the wait for it is actually controversial of the day. See, Bornau's getting some love in there, but I think JJ's been really good since when he's been coming on and starting games. I know you meant Frank Ribery, Brett, yeah. Chilavert, or I don't know who Senny is, but Higueta, the free kick taking goal. It's got to be Chilavert for me. Peter Lorimer, yes, indeed. Gary Matt was mint. I'll drink to that, AO, and you know it, mate. The ledge, was it you in Matty's chat receiving a chastising for triggering a chat? Milogovic was Serbian or Croatia or something and played for Lazio. Great free kick taker and real dirty cunt. Yeah, Lazio. I do remember them games, to be fair. I remember the Lazio, the second group stage game against Lazio, because it were like a nothing. I think they'd gone out and we'd definitely gone through. That must have been when they had two groups, didn't they? I used to like the two groups Champions Leagues. I thought it was minx. Then I think we got Real Madrid in the second group. But I think in the first group... I can't 100%. We had Anderlecht. Was that in the first group, though? But we had some hard groups, didn't we? Because we had AC Milan. I think Barcelona was in. Or that. Then Real Madrid. Real Madrid might have been in the first group, actually. I'd have to look it up. But the Lazio game, basically, I think was to get through to the second group. Or we might have already qualified. I can't fucking remember. And they played, now I've forgot who it was, lad that got injured. Centre midfielder, and he was like a massive prospect at Leeds, and he played in Champions League for us, and he got injured. Like, really bad injury. He got, like, stretchered off. And it was only, like, not a friendly, because no Champions League games are friendly, for heaven's sake. But it was a meaningless game in terms of points. It didn't really matter whether we won or lost. And same for them. I think he was like an Irish lad or a Scottish lad. I'm going to have to, unless somebody knows, I'm going to have to Google that. Senny. I don't know who Senny is. Chilavert's just like a legend in my head, though. The Brazilian. 131 goals. But some sources say 129. That is wild. So how many did Chilavert get? Yeah, only 67. Only 67. Fucking hell. Andy took pens. I don't know if your man Senny took pens, but Greenwood was a super free kick dead ball wonder, we were told by someone. Yes, indeed. Who told you that, Minx? It wasn't me. Best Lev Pegart. Yeah, it was a beast. It was mint. The penalties were overhyped, though. I never really trusted him on pens, but free kicks, were world class. Watch Square Ball today's episode, and about 34 minutes in, they start talking about the Wanker 11. BMG, have you been cheating on me? I've been cheating on me, mate. Because I can't imagine Square Ball watch this. Oh, my cat's going crazy. Stevie G and Frank Lampard were awesome at scoring free kicks. That is true. That is true. Benzema. John Anarisa, yes. Trent, yes. We need some more Leeds players. Could Hasselbank take a free kick? I know nobody will want Hasselbank in, but can't we just stick to Leeds players in the lists, or is Underlap all-inclusive now? It's never not been all-inclusive. Roger. But you're more than welcome to name as many Leeds players as you want, mate. That's the idea of inclusivity. Everybody's allowed. We missed Joseph 78 RPM. He will be back with a vengeance to take over from all the shit stabbers. What was the West Ham French player called? Yes, Payet, or whatever you was Payet good at free kicks? But Payet, you're on about Payet, the one that he went to Lyon or something, didn't he? And he's the one that he scored, like, he bent it in and it goes so high and wide, and then just comes back into the top corner, and keeper just literally must think it's in stands. Payet. I think it's Payet. I don't know how to say his name, but definitely BMG's got to be in there. Greenwood can be on bench at very best. Was Kaka ever on free kicks? That's an interesting shout. Ronaldinho's got to be in with a good shout, though. Ronaldinho's had some mint free kicks. We are looking forward to these 11 videos from BMG and the crew. You know it, yes indeed. I will be doing them more, Piglet. As soon as I've got a moment to plant my feet down, I will be doing it. I've been so busy lately. Anybody else find it strange that there's a stadium where the majority of fans are men and take pride in singing about Pretty Bubbles in the Air? It's Pretty Bubbles in the Air. It's so weird, mate. So weird. Platini, not for West Ham, obviously. Not sure. Inzaghi was good at free kicks. Which Inzaghi? I presume you mean... I always get the... I've just fucking... There's Philippe, and then there's the other one, though, isn't there? There's two Inzaghis. See, you've gone with Poyet there. Yes, Philippe Armitage, by the way. And that's what I did. But then you end up with Gus Poyet. But I know you mean Payet there. I just don't know how to say his name. I hope so. I hope so. It was a fucking myth. He can get on bench. He can get on bench for laugh. Or captain. Coach. Free kick coach. No, I can't remember Raul on free kicks. Hoddle. That wouldn't surprise me if he was on free kicks. I'm happy to put your guy got tons of goals. Schillervert though, you spell like chill, vert. But I'd get Senny in. He's got 131 career goals. That's fucking mental. I'm happy to go with Senny. Fucking. Okay, boy. Ex-Sheffield Wednesday right back, 91-92, great free. Well, we need names, mate. All Leeds out way. This is Paphos SC. Love it, mate. Been a while, lads. Get up, mate. Smash a like for us, brother. Get up. Bornau is a straight swap for Biol, agreed. JJ means that Rodon has to move from right centre back to centre, so it's maybe more of a shift. Agreed, BMG. I just think I just kind of like JJ, but I'm not adverse to Bornau at all. So Mel Sterling could hit a decent free kick. I didn't know that, to be fair. Stuart Pearce, yeah, I'm not sure if Dorigo were or not. To be fair, it's just slightly before my. Could you bow crack a free kick or what? Luis Suarez was good at free kicks. Don't know if he was good enough to get in this 11 though. He always seemed a threat. Yeah, alt forwards. Henry were good at free kicks. Tanaka, Gruev, Nonto, James, Byram and Metcha all need upgrading in the summer along with bringing a keeper in. Yeah, the keeper's a fucking bare necessity, innit? Gruev needs upgrading. I'm not sure what they'll do with Tanaka in general, really, because he's not getting much game time. I don't think Nonto needs upgrading, but I think Gruev needs upgrading. Byram needs upgrading. And then we need to see what we're doing with everybody else. I don't want to lose I don't know. It's really risky, innit? Taking everybody out and bringing everybody in. Mel Sterling, great player. Injury cut short his career. Did he get in trouble, Mel Sterling? Loco, Moscow or Sparta? Sparta, Moscow. What do you mean, Lancey boy? Who the fuck was the goalkeeper who was set piece free kick specialist? I can't remember his name or which club he played at. It was somewhere in Europe. Well, that Senny's a free kick specialist. I don't know who he played for. Senny and Schillervert were free kick specialists. They all were. Well, they weren't all. I don't know what that means. But them two definitely were. Does anybody else agree with the top 6 teams' fans that the Premier's shit this season? Or would you agree it's more exciting as it's competitive now as everyone's not playing into their hands? I love it, Brett, that everybody's, kicking up a bit of a fuss. It's just a shame Arsenal are heading it with playing the style of football that they play, because everybody can tell me till you're blue in the face that it's... I know they've got individual quality, but it's fucking boring football. If Pep Guardiola killed football in England, then... Arteta's in charge of fucking burying it, because we've lost 9-0 on aggregate to Arsenal, and I didn't even really think they turned up. So in that sense, it's like amazing on their behalf, because we've been putting up good fights against everybody, and they just they've hammered us 9-0 on aggregate, which is so bad. But it's just fucking shit football. Maholovic scored last minute to make it 3-3, I think, when we'd already already got through. Rivaldo also got an injury time equaliser for us versus Barca. I remember that one because it was hammering it down, wasn't it, when Rivaldo scored that? Did it come off at post, that? That does ring a bell, that 3-all. That's when... who's that lad that got injured? Muck Summit, I think it was. I have to Google it. He was like a proper prospect. He was only a young lad. Maradona, was he good on free kicks? It wouldn't surprise me. That is also true, BMG. Yeah, it depends on how you're looking at it, doesn't it? Every season, it's the worst season ever. Tiresome observation. It's been a better season this year than it was last year, though, hasn't it? It was shit last year, so we weren't in it geared up. I think it's great that the majority of other 16 teams are not playing to their benefit now. Yeah, because it was a lot of playing out from back and stuff on it and trying to replicate. And now I think it's just a little bit... Leicester being deducted 6 points. It's only taken you 49 minutes, Roger Slicker. Alan Marbury. Not sure if I spelt it right. This is the guy, innit? Alan Maybury. I don't think it was him though. No, he broke his leg in a reserve game. He were a defender. It won't. Oh my god, hang on. Oh my god, dude. Maybury suffered a broken leg in 2000. He was also involved in a separate high-profile incident against Lazio in March 2001. Pavel Nedved, he'll have been good at free kicks, received a 3-match ban for a rough tackle on him in the Champions League. Maybury left that match on crutches, but did not sustain a broken... Yeah, it fucked him. That is a mint call, Super Quip. Maybury, Alan Maybury were called, yeah. That's mad. That is absolutely mad. It's crazy because it says here, Maybury forgives Nedved. It took me the best part of a year to get back to where I was following the shin splints injury, and then I broke my leg. So yeah, then he came back and broke his leg for Republic of Ireland. Fucking... Oh no, sorry, no, for Leeds in a reserve game. That's so bad, innit? Poor lad. Injuries. Fucking young kids up, mate. Left, right and centre. Lasher Lorimer, get him in there, boy. Did Tony Curry take free kicks? That wouldn't surprise me. What about players like King Clancy? Did they play that? Did they take a decent free kick? We'll need a big rebuild. We need every window's crucial. That's in Jack Payet, unreal free kick taker. He needed a few, yes indeed. We've got BMG wondering about Tony Curry. No, Jack, inclusivity means every team in the world, not just inclusive of Leeds. The OG, yeah, Philippe. What was it? There's also the new Inzaghi, isn't there? But that's his son. But there was another Simone Inzaghi. Oh, he's a fucking... He's manager now. Yeah, oh, to be fair, no, yeah, it's his brother. Fair enough. They are brothers. But then there's the new Inzaghi. Is that the son? Because he plays for Italy, doesn't he? He's actually decent as well, him. Making it look easy, baby. That's my style. Platini. Get him in there, BMG. So what's the 11 so far, BMG? How are we doing on defenders? Zidane's got to be in there, hasn't he? Gary Kelly says Super Quip Snodgrass. Dorigo's got a few calls. I'm not certain on Dorigo's, but Zola's a good shout, Ming. I'd have to put Ronaldinho in. I said Ronaldinho right at the start. Hernandez is a good shout. Snodgrass is a good shout. We do have a big squad, BMG. It's about filtering them in, innit? It's up to you to finalise, BMG. We love it, mate. When Lorimer took free kicks, he hit it hard. So if the keeper stopped, he couldn't hold it. Then rebound. Yeah, somebody snap it up on rebound. Felipe Inzaghi gets up. Stephen McPhail, he's another injured player. Yes, Stephen McPhail was... it's Maybury I was on about Londine, but it's a good shout. Stephen McPhail was primed as well to have a mint. I remember a lad called Jamie McMaster, who was like unbelievably promising. You know, when Harry Kewell, could he take a free kick? Fucking hell. But he was primed to be like the next Harry Kewell was McMaster. And he just never did it, I don't think. Let's have a look where he's at. Well, he'll be probably retired now because he's older than me, but let's see what career he had. I think it was Steve McMaster or something else McMaster. I thought it was Stephen McMaster. No, McPhail's coming up. He's called McMaster. I've not made that up. Jamie McMaster. That's his name. Jamie McMaster. Leeds United, 11 games in 6 years. Then went to Coventry on loan, Chesterfield on loan, Swindon on loan, Peterborough on loan. Oh my God, we've looked him up before when I'm pissed up. Because he's gone to all these clubs that I've just fucking no idea what they are. Because he played for Wollongong CFC. I've spoke about him before. Any hardcore underlappers will remember fucking Jamie McMaster. John Sheridan, Chilavert. Get Senny in there. He deserves. That's how you spell it though, BMG. The Hammer, Lorimer Gates up. Sheridan did that Brazil-style volley free kick thing once. What, where the other flicks it up and they rifle it in? Gates up, Lukey. Smash them like for us, guys. We've got 51 up in this bitch and we've only got 38 likes. And as we know, we're on that rotisserie out. We're on that rotisserie where people dip in for 5 minutes and then they piss off. There's only the hardcore underlappers that stay with me for the fucking marathon. So let's get them likes up, boys. It don't cost you naught to cozy on up to that like button. If you haven't give it a whack yet, you're a bell end. So give that fucking like button a smack. Who's Senny? I'm not coping here with this volume. Senny's been mentioned a couple of times, and he's the prolific goal scorer. Jimmy Floyd, I think, yes, I thought he was decent on free kicks, but I can't properly remember, to be fair. But I do think Henry, Van Persie's not been said yet, but we can't have that many strikers. Hazard, I can't remember Hazard on free kicks, but I'm sure, again, any top player, any like unbelievably skillful player takes free kicks, don't they? I mean, I don't know if Xabi Alonso used to take them, but I don't know why he pops into my head. Zola must be in. I agree. Zola will mint at him. Do you think our fans would support one of our players refusing to play until more players are signed by the 49ers, like what Ronaldo is doing? No. And I hope for, with every single sperm I've sent into the world, that no fans would get behind that when we're trying to survive in the Premier League and there's some dick slap unwilling to play for the club when competition's quite high. My mum would never raise no dummy. I'd actually upload every day going on about this one player. I'd be like coming for him. I like JJ and he's not on my leave list, but they all have different strengths. Yeah, they do. Bornau's a centre-back in here, like you say. JJ's not. That's the Senny. The Senny's in. Remember the Coventry donkey free kick? Coventry donkey free kick. Mel Sterling just for the 40-yarder against Sheffield. Yeah, he rifled him, didn't he? The flying pig, whatever they called him. Gruev will never fetch a good price, so might be worth keeping. Nonto and Tanaka will raise the most money. I do think they'll probably go in the summer, Nonto and Tanaka, yeah. Tanaka's not getting many minutes, and I don't think it's due to all. I don't even really think it's a trust issue. I know everybody loves Tanaka and says how calm he is on ball and stuff, but I don't know. Do we go more offensive tomorrow with Longstaff or more forward with AO and Gamble Jack? I don't think. I mean, that AO is definitely more attacking than Longstaff, but I think if he takes Gruev out and puts Longstaff in, I think that's forward thinking enough, Richard. I don't think he'll go with Tanaka. That's what I would say. But it's just whether Gruev plays. If Gruev plays, Longstaff doesn't. Because he's not going to drop Aronson, is he? And who can blame him? Bloke's best player in the league. Pop a bottle, let your body bottle. Drop a little daddle, some daddle, some a little daddle, little no. Howard Wilkinson didn't rate Cantona. Oh. Radaby. Willie Carr. Tony Carrick. Trippier. BMG. Trent Alexander or Trippier at right back for me. There must be some better right backs as well. Trippier's a proper good shout. Trippier more for his deliveries though. I know he can fucking bang a free kick in. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't Eric Dyer that put on top bins in World Cup or Euros, whatever it was, way back. Yeah, if they flicked it up, it did. McPhail's getting the love, but it won. It were, I forgot. I think it was. Was it you, Super Quip, that said Maybury? But it was Maybury. But McPhail was brilliant. But I'm just on about in that Lazio game. So I remember seeing Maybury thinking like he's meant to be mint. And he got that injury. It's crazy, really. If this long ball and long throw-ins carry on, then Big Sam is sat waiting. Yeah. He must be, what's his face? Tony Pulis. He must be fucking livid sat at home. Or in his wank station watching games just thinking like, you know, where were this energy of 5, 6 years, 7 years ago? Remember, upgrades are starters, not benches, so bit part players need to go, allow current starters space on the bench, and blatantly forgot Peru on my way out list. Don't let Joe Depp see that. But yeah, I agree, you know, that's where competition for places comes in, isn't it? And like you say, the way you get stronger is for your new signings to push, at the very least, push the starters. We played some of our best attacking football under Allardyce until England took him. I thought you meant for England there, Brett, because he's got 100% record, hasn't he? Dewsbury's a place, mate. Might have been 50 yards, Dr. Curious gear up. Arsenal seem to have adopted a kind of shithousing style in order to beat teams who low block but also beat tiki-taki. There will be another system to beat this one sometime in the future. Yes, indeed, BMG. And that is why, for the life of me, I can't understand how nobody's yet come up with this set-piece defensive strategy. Because, yeah. Maybury came from Arsenal, I think. He may very well have done. Alan Maybury, career. Started his career at Leeds, though, but That doesn't mean he won't from Arsenal as a youngster, does it? Maybe he was a defender. I always thought he was centre mid, but who could play in the full back position? I just think they probably played him in like defensive midfield. I think. Born in Dublin. Gary Kelly in the right back berth, but predominantly spent his time in the reserves. Yeah, I think he started his life at us, big man. 95, 96. Finished at Falkirk. Score prediction in for tomorrow, everyone. Mine is 2-1 last minute winner from Facundo. Get up! That'd send us into oblivion at Ellen Road as well, brother. (3-1) Leeds to 78 RPM. Geared up. Who was the Guysy guy? JackCity guy from Huddersfield, played for Leeds in 1982 in England. Anton Stack, he's not quite at that level yet. War Piglet to get in there, but Frank Worthington. BMG's taking Stack in there. Frank Worthington, I've no idea. Before my time. Which Inzaghi, the Italian one? Yes, Peter White, geared up. The old Inzaghi was Mint Ngazi. Paul Power. Londine. Gary Mack has to be in. Liverpool signing purely for free kicks. It worked. They won trophies. He was mint on free kicks, wasn't he? Kevin Abbott. What's good, brother? It was another Aussie, Jamie. Frank Worthington used to live 5 houses down from my mum. When Huddersfield played at home, he used to stay in the George Hotel and would shag one of them chambermaids before the game. Fucking Frank Worthington's got to get in every single squad. Don't care how old he is now. He's got to get called up. He used to shag my sister-in-law. Thought you would like to hear Paul Power. Really? Jamie McMaster was a beast. Enar in the wings, by the way, on Championship Manager 98. Yes, indeed, Enar. He's in the reserves, and I used to promote that motherfucker immediately into seniors, and then never play him. Probably ruined his career. Me as well. Kevin Sheedy. Gary make no contest, best Leeds free kick taker in my lifetime. Gary make no contest best. Gary make no, I can't even say that. Yes, he now in the wings. Speaking of Jamie McMaster, I've still never found out what he and John Oster supposedly did at the Christmas party to get banned. TSB. The square ball hinted at that many times over the years, but they never say. It's the first time ever hearing of that. Do you remember Leeds defender David Hay and Cansdale Sheriff? I thought Cansdale Sheriff was called... Or am I on about... You've thrown me off, big man, with the Cansdale. I thought, because it's Shane Cansdale in it. But there's also do you remember fucking Chris Bart Williams? What happened to Chris Bart Williams? He now in the building. The Viking lurker in the room. Get up. He now getting the love he so well requests. What about Seb Larson? Mediocre player, but decent free kick. Larson's a good shout, yeah. That fella that Rooney could take a free kick, didn't he? But who did Harry Redknapp used to always sign? Cronkiar, whatever you call him. Frank LeBuff on free kicks, that's a good shout. Evening all home, soonish hanging there, just having grub out. Gates up, Mark Bradley, love it, mate. Appreciate you, brother. Ronnie Radford, only on a ploughed field. Making it look easy, baby. That's my style. Roberto Carlos must be on the free kicks. Not sure if anyone's mentioned it. Yeah, his ratio's not great. When we've got Ian Hart at left back, I'm going Artie over Roberto Carlos. But Roberto Carlos was the first one that came to my mind. It's more his legendary free kicks in it, as opposed to like how legendary he was at free kicks. But he has some legendary free kicks, doesn't he? Fastest over 5 or 10 yards, poll for next week. I'm up for that. Did you hear the parody of a player describing a goal? Smithy passed it to me. I gave it to Brown, who knocked it down to Jones, who crossed it, and Orna Deroide stuck it in at the back stick. No, I don't. I didn't, rather. Willie Carr, Kevin Abbott. I think I picked it up, BMG. Don't fear. January window, not what it used to be. Don't believe in bringing players in for the sake of it. Mark Bradley, it's been sensible. Love it, mate. I agree. You know, just dragging players in and upsetting the apple cart when there's no need. We just need to really focus. Gascoigne's got to be in. Agreed, BMG. Gary McAllister was good at free kicks. Frank LeBuff good at free kicks. Alex Both. Alex. Fucking hell, yeah. He could absolutely hammer him, couldn't he? The Rose Head 11. Aronson, Joseph, Bamford. Funny how you've gone into the... funny how you've gone into... three Leeds players there, isn't it, Roger Slicker? That doesn't surprise me at all there. So you've been saying, "Oh, can we be more inclusive?" And then as soon as you started dissing, as soon as it's like a bad thing, instantly reeled off three Leeds players. That's definitive. Simple. Players win battles. 3 points in the bag. Mark Bradley, not fucking about. That's what it's all about, brother. Love it. Smithy passed it to me, gave it to Brownie, who knocked it down the wing to Jones, who crossed it for Onendoroide to score at the back stick. I hope that was worth repeating. We got there, big man, do not fear. But no, I've not seen it. Do you bring Perry back in or stick with Darlow? Fucking hell, super quip. That's my next poll, mate. No one. 45 votes, not surprised. I'm a yeser, fuck it, just for the sake of it. Which Tomoz? Perry, Darlow, or my niece, who was at the game. I feel like I shouldn't chuck a joke in because it skews the poll, but tough luck, fuck it. Terry Henry for me. You get Terry Henry in there. David Luiz, free kick 11. That's a good shout, BMG. Do we have many centre-backs as well? And David Luiz gets a bit of stick for his, but his technique was widely mimicked. And what do you call it? Is mimicked the right word, or widely replicated? People really went with that formula of the instep slap, didn't they, after him? I think it really irks so many that Brendan is playing on merit and they can't use the favouritism lie. 78 RPM, strikes again, mate. Perfectly put, brother. I think it really is pissing people off that Brendan Aronson is genuinely getting in the side on merit. Get him. The Aronson haters are quiet, at least for now. Yes, indeed, BMG. I'd rather be here than anywhere else. Good lad, Roger Sligger. Appreciate it, man. Nice stuff. Jimmy Greaves, unknown, unsure. Stick with Darlow, give him a chance to redeem himself. It was fucking bad, wasn't it? But luckily we were shit. So, but it's just like, you know, thing is the Met saves, don't they, when they're 3-0 down. And it's like when we're hanging in game at 1-0, just don't punch it in your own goal. You know, that'd probably go a lot further than Scott was making a decent save when we're 3-0 down. It's like I could pull off a save 3-0 down. He's working on it. AO, we're working on some different type of shit at the moment. We're going to create an alias, mate. We're going down. We're doing my backup plan from about 10 years ago, because I stuck with the hip hop for a good long time, which I will continue to do. But yeah, we're making an alias, and we're gonna go for it. I wonder if Farke will stick Peru up there with DCL in any games, BMG. I think it's too risky now, BMG. I think we're too far into the season for him to really introduce anybody that's clearly not been. I mean, Peru Parisi started the season, didn't he? It's worth remembering. He's not going to go with anything unless players throw towel in. He might stick him up top off at bench and stuff with DCL, but it won't. It's hell of a turnaround if he ends up being like the man with DCL come end of season. You still doing Crisps 11 ready Solskjaer? We need to remember that one, don't we? I think I wrote them down, but the problem is I've always had a few beers and then I fucking lose where I'm at. I do have some here, so I'll whack it here. Because I want to do the Crisps 11. It's good. Super quip. Keep reminding me, mate. I was thinking of Supergrass in the Bowyer Woodgate scandal. Supergrass? Sounds like Dewberry. Supergrass, the band. You're not on about Greengrass, are you? Anybody listen to Owen on TalkSport? Very good. I have not, to be fair, Matt. Oh, I think I did, yeah, other day. It was only on for about 15 minutes, Mark, you on about. We got rid of Cannott now because he was stopping at Chapman's and bawling Leslie Ash, and Mr. Wilkinson had to make a choice. True story. I know, Richard Todd. How fucking wild is that? How wild is that? Fucking Cantona shagging it. Tomorrow I will go through the live chat and pull out all the names for the free kick 11. Then I'll post in the comments and update the spreadsheet and send it to Jackster. BMG, you're a fucking beast, mate. And as the Lord is my witness, I will be doing these 11s unless I die. You know, if I die in the next sort of week, then I won't be. Because I won't be able to do it next week. Because I might be able to do it next week. I might be able to do it next week. Because I've actually got a weird... Oh, no, shit, no, it's not next week. Oh, yes, it is next week. So I'm off to Chelsea game on Tuesday. So I've had to take Tuesday and Wednesday off so that I can go on Tuesday all day, get lashed, get home late at night, and then not be rack and ruin on Wednesday, which is obviously... You know, I don't want to be driving down to Watford on Wednesday morning when I'm can't see. You know, it's probably not good, especially not in this weather. The call, was he good at free kicks? Well, he scored them, didn't he? Super quip. I don't know how many he actually took for us, but I just obviously know he scored that one against Arsenal that takes that horrendous deflection. And there was that keeper in net, wasn't he? Obviously. But Arsenal, like, backup keeper. And I can't remember his name now. Oh, Mingy. My man, Mingy. Thank you, Mingy. You're a legend, mate. Handing them memberships out like he's Santa Claus. Think it'd be 1-1. Would you take that, Super Quip? Would you take that? The spreadsheet master, the spreadsheet tamer, Ming, and you know it. On the presser was Cresswell a slip of the tongue or cryptic hint changing him from an 8 to a centre back? It bamboozled me a bit, 78 RPM, because I was like, is he getting confused here? Is he getting bamboozled? My man Farke. But yeah, he was good. I think we might see him as well, which is a madness, isn't it? BMG's not having it. Super quip on the 1-all. Let's have a look how this poll's going. So I'm going to put what you reckon it'll be tomorrow. Darlow's getting stuck with. People have gone with my niece over Perry. So that's fine by me, obviously. I mean, I'd rather have my niece in than Perry. Oh, shit. I can't remember the question now, though. Why did I close the poll? Oh, yeah. Result tomorrow. Seriously. I'm going to put seriously. Leeds win. D-Raw. And I'll put D-Rower. Like a draw. And then Weasels win. Super Quip should be banned for that. We'll find out. Thank God no mods, and you know it, Ming. Frank Worthington corked it a few years back, I think. Oh, did he? Frank's gone, says Ming. Have a look. Yes, indeed. 2021. Fucking hell. Proper. Got some proper locks on him, hasn't he, that fella? Jack, check out on Google Frank Worthington. I just have, funny enough. Worthington's goal. This lad played for Leeds. I've seen him live. He was Elvis back in the day. He's got elevated hair. Hella hair. What is everyone's predictions for tomorrow? Brett wants to know. We've not had the Maverick 11, but Frank Worthington would be in it. Was he a Maverick? Who don't love Elvis? Frank shagged my brother's girlfriend's sister, former roommate. Super quip. My brother's girlfriend's sister's former roommate. Get up. I don't, mate. Unfortunately not. It should have read Gary Mack, not make. Cat scratching at door. Chris Bart Williams died? Are you joking? Oh, I'm not on about Chris Bart Williams. I've said wrong name. That's crazy, though. I know that about Chris Bart Williams. Who am I on about? I'm not on about Chris Bart Williams. I met him. Not Chris Bart Williams. It might have been that sheriff guy, Connor Sheriff, or whatever, however he says his name. It might have been him. I always thought of Chris Bart Williams, but it wasn't Chris Bart Williams. Brilliant name, Chris Bart Williams, by the way. The Maverick 11 would be super talented players who could produce magic but like to be or a bet and sometimes couldn't be arsed or would go missing. You would have to do the go missing 11. James Ward-Prowse has got to be in there. Peter White. 3-1 says AO. Take that all day, mate. Loving it. Was on the Bolton hype. Was JJ Kocher good on free kicks? Yes, indeed, MVG. Yeah, they all go fucking missing in plain sight, don't they? Deitch 3, Farke 2. That's my match predictions. Since Jack's George bushed our predictions first frigging week. I'm busy. I'm a busy man, mate. I can't do what others pretend to be able to be asked with. It's I'm too busy, mate. I'm genuinely like I've got too many fucking priorities in my life, I think. Ida. As a Maverick. I think it will be tighter than that, maybe 1-0. Ooh. Lauren Robert, Newcastle player. Remember him good at free kicks? Absolutely super quick. Yes. Mavericks include Rod Marsh, George Best, Stan Bowles, Duncan McKenzie, Nobby Solano, super quip. Nobby Solano on the free kicks, man. You've googled like Newcastle's team from back in the day there. I'm only kidding, but you don't like George Best though, do you, Ming? Can't be liking George Best over here, Ming. Lauren Robert and Nobby Solano is 2 mint calls, super quip. He balls that up in record time, Roger Slicker. Lauren Robert, both of them have got to be in there. They were fucking mint. For all you whippersnappers on the upgrade front, I will be harsh as I want Leeds winning the Champions League before Ming and I pop our clogs. 78 RPM, the sooner the better, mate. And in fairness, you've got to be, you got to keep moving, haven't you? You know, we cannot stand still, that's for sure. But that doesn't mean in any window, you know. Doesn't mean in the January window we have to like jump ship or get ahead of ourselves. Brownie to Voldemort, who passes to Cage, who bats it out the ballpark. You want to be careful, Roger Slicker. You'll get yourself in trouble. Gascoigne was the 5-yard burst of pace. Yeah. Rose had 11, Zamora. I used to like Zamora. You know, when you're a kid, you watch him match at day, you'd have like affinities for certain players, wouldn't you? And I always liked Bobby Zamora. Try to think of other players. You will have to do I had an affinity for. Because it was always like, they didn't have to be the best player in the world, did they? But you just sort of like watched them on Match at Day and you wanted them to do well. We'll see, Brett. But hopefully Leeds will get the 3 points tomorrow night. Rose Z is Z for Zamora for a reason. I liked Bobby Zamora. Rosetta, let me think of a Rosetta proper. Because now my brain's gone to like people that had an affinity for like Adam Johnson or Andy Johnson. Andy Johnson. Not Adam Johnson, he's either pedo guy or... I definitely meant Andy Johnson from Crystal Palace. And then there was... what was the big dude up top for Newcastle called? Oh, Amiobi. Amiobi. I used to always have a thing for Amiobi. I don't mean a sexual thing either, you fucking snakes, before you all come for me. I don't want Silver Steve up in this bitch calling me gay every 10 seconds again. Lanky striker from the 80s. From the 80s. Take me back to the 80s. Hopefully I also actually hope West Ham stay up and Forest go down. Can't stand that club. Or that Wolfie. Yes, Brett. I think that Wolfie's there. He's designed to irritate, I think, isn't he? And unfortunately, it does work, doesn't it? I mean, I think I irritate many, but it's by accident, which is kind of even worse, isn't it? If you're irritating people on purpose, at least you're fucking irritating people on purpose. But if you're irritating people by accident, maybe you just got to accept you're a dickhead. I've really marked my forehead, haven't I? I was like, got a bit scratchy. Got a bit over touchy. Got scratch tracks, haven't I? It does skew the poll, Jack. I can't resist going for the joke choice. I'd be straight in on the joke choice, you see. Leeds win 70%. The Weasels win 4%. And the draw 68%. Should we see how that replicates to the actual percents that the bookies have got going on? So it's a 28% win percentage for Forest, the Weasels. 29% draw and 43% for Leeds to win. So we are the strong favourites going in tomorrow. Come on, you fuckers. Yes, 78 RPM. The George Best. I think he'll pick Perry for the cup, and if he does well, he might then keep his place. Interesting take, BMG. And that is a mint question, actually, as well. Does Perry come in for the cup game? 69% Leeds win. We're having it. 69% is perfect time to stop. Does Perry come in for the league game? I mean, I think he does. But that sort of proves... I don't think he should in like a weird way. It sort of proves that he's... what do you call it? It proves that he's the number 2, doesn't he? Rather than being like, oh, it's just something, you know, if, I don't know, if Meslier comes in or something, he's not that doesn't make him the number 3, that makes him still the number 1, but he's on timeout, he's on blast. Brett, do you live near Sunderland? Are you mad for Parma? Does your history only go back to 1974? We need a free kick manager, possibly Oddle. Oddle would have been good at free. It's up to you boys, that. Is Oddle good at free kicks? Could Mark Hughes take a free kick? I don't know why he popped into my head. Just trying to think of managers that I know could have lighted a good strike. Somebody said Inzaghi, didn't they, earlier for the actual squad? He's a manager. Get Inzaghi in there. Henry's been a manager that nobody seems to want Henry in the team. He was mint at free kicks. Van Persie's a manager, but nobody seems to want Van Persie in the team, and he's mint at free kicks. History back to the end of the 1800s, and Parma's as are the Smoggies. Burra. Darlow's Clanner was a bit unlucky because DCL basically blocked him. Looked worse than it was. I having any goalkeeper that's best part of 6'6". I mean, I know Darlow ain't 6'6", but how big is Carl Darlow? But to not 1.9 metres, so you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to convert that into thingies because I can't work it out. 6'3". Any man 6'3" that can't come out with his head, shoulders, knees and toes above a player and fucking get him out of there is no good for me. It should be keeper coming out for ball from a corner should be like GBH, left, right and centre. There should be players dropping like flies all around him. Oh, unbelievably, Ming. Unbelievably. But what you've got to give him credit for as well, he's always stuck. It's on that, got to stick to the principles. He's always stuck to his principles of working his nuts off, hasn't he? So that's, when people said he was in there on merit. They're all good at football. I know we've discussed this, but you've only got to have a little bit of a run of form. And truth be told, he has been one of the most informed players that we've had this season. I said a few weeks back, even if he does nothing else for the rest of the season, he has contributed more than most to winning games, and he has now done it again. He's gone on again and he's continued to, so he's done more than most in this side. So we need short stay managers 11 and bench. Yeah, short stay managers is a good shout. Who manages that though? Rotherham, our beast. Wrexham, Rotherham, our beast for getting relegated and promoted again, Brett. Joking aside, the Irons are Premier League worthy, despite their current form. West Ham, presume you mean. Oh yeah, West Ham it does mean, yeah. I think you're right that it's too late to try Peru starting up top with DCTL unless there's a ton of injuries. Yeah, it's not a million miles away from maybe something happening. Hargreaves could take a free kick, BMG. Short stay, Ten Hag, Bayer Leverkusen sacked him first few weeks. Bielsa would have to be in there at, was it Lyon that he just fucking marched out of? What's that guy? Frank de Boer, he'd have to be in there. I mean, there's been some like 14 days, haven't there? Well, not 14 days, but 30 days. Unfortunately, Peru has no strength, no pace, and doesn't work hard. His finishing is probably best at the club, but in the Prem, you don't get a chance to slot it in without working hard. Absolutely, Super Quip. You have. I don't think he doesn't work hard. I think it's his demeanour that people get pissed off with or see him as lazy. I just think that's how he is. Like, I think that's his personality. Was it Leslie Ash? I'm not. I know her first name was Leslie. I'm not certain on Ash, but I know she was the in thing, wasn't she? But to be fair, I think she was just a. Yeah, it was Leslie Ash. Yeah. She had a couple of kids with him. Poor fucker. It's awful, isn't it? Fuckers. Great news, Jack. I can't wait to hear you and AMG collaborate on music. There might not be no collaboration. There's not a lot of words in this stuff that we're working on here, so it's more like head banging stuff where you'd be like, what's that fucking boom, boom, boom stuff that you're working on? The fucking boom, boom, boom stuff. We could have a short tenor as manager 11, since there will all be former players. Yes, indeed, BMG. And you could find... you could still position, couldn't you? Although, how many goalkeepers have been... how many goalkeepers have been managers? No, War Piglet. Out you go. There's the door. Hold up. You can't die. What the fuck would we do on Thursdays, you selfish git? Well, I'm just saying because I said as the Lord is my witness, but if I drop dead, then obviously I aren't doing it. Remember the rib incident? The rib incident? We could have a fit wife 11. I love that. We'd have to Google a lot of them though, but which would annoy Roger Slicker, but fit wife. Because you get some real pretty babtash players in there as well. Alfie's in this week's official Leeds vid. I've not seen it, to be fair, War Piglet. Oh, Roger Slicker, I've sorely let myself down there, haven't I? Fuck. That is a tragedy that I've let myself down there. I'll be at the game, I'll definitely be at the game tomorrow. I can't wait, mate. I'm off out all afternoon. I'm off to work tomorrow night, so I'll probably be fucking all over at Gaff, but... No sign of JT or Arse Ripper or Mr. Whitesnake. No, Roger Stucker, they must be cheating on me, mate. I'm at the game, Mingy, and you know it. Reverse of the away, we win, of course. Yes, War Piglet. Let's do them over. Leslie Ash and Lee Chapman are still married, from what I can see. Those rumours of an affair with Cantona look entirely false. Should we Google it? Are the Cantona rumours of Leslie Ash false? Yes, the rumours that Leslie Ash had an affair with Eric Cantona are false. The story emerged around 1992 following Cantona's departure from Leeds United to Manchester United, alleging there was an affair between Cantona and Leslie Ash, who is the wife of then Leeds striker Lee Chapman. Leslie Ash's denial, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's fucking not true, but all bitches lie, don't they? In 2003 interview with The Guardian, Leslie Ash explicitly stated, "Of course I didn't have an affair with him." Well, it must be a lie then. Badger, she can't have done if she said, "Of course I didn't." That's, if that doesn't make it true, I don't know, you know. And she explained that the rumour was a horrible fabrication. Well, if that doesn't prove that, you know, Leslie Ash did not bang Eric Cantona, then I don't know what did. Because all I know, one thing I know about these hoes is they don't lie. Context of the rumour. The rumour was part of an intense speculation regarding why Leeds United sold Eric Cantona for a low fee, with some fans suggesting it was due to a broken up dressing room or personal issues, which Ash notes stuck with her because she was in the public eye. Oh, it's nature of fucking beast, Leslie. Status of the marriage. Despite the long-standing rumour, Leslie Ash and Lee Chapman remain married, having been together for 33 years. Well, I'll tell you what I'll give to that. A fucking round of applause. Because even if he did knob a Leslie, you've become a loyal woman afterwards. I don't reckon there was no knobbing going on. I think all knobs are off the table. All knobs are left on doors. We won't fully know how good our result is until West Ham have played. Obviously, a loss is bad, but a draw could be a good or bad depending on what West Ham do. If West Ham get beat and we draw BMG, yeah, it's just all fucking money in bank, innit? But I still don't know what McMaster and Oster did to get banned. We'll never know. Nothing about it on Google, says MVG. Spared me there. The Simpsons. Gruev free kick 11 on the strength of his 1 versus Norwich. That'll do me, BMG. That's all we need, mate. Laurent Robert scored 2 almost identical goals, either in the same game or back to back. Or something. Yeah, I seem to remember that on Match It Day as well. That's what I mean. Barcode. I didn't get / understand your last comment of Imagine not being lazy is doing a watch along, no offence. Jack, if you had to pick between Gruev and Tanaka to play in the Creators Cup, who would it be and why? Tanaka, because he'd fucking annihilate everybody. He'd be absolutely unreal at that level, as he is at his own level, but at this shit level he'd be phenomenal. But if Tanaka was injured and I had to pick Gruev, rest assured Gruev would be up top, making a fucking spit of everybody, on literally doing an Eric Cantona and Leslie Ash to every single member of the team. You could stick the worst centre back in Premier League history up top in the Creators Cup and he would fucking murk it. So Gaza has to go to top of the list for having a beer and a magic. That yes, indeed, Gaza would get in there. I love George Best doing football, Miss Wales and booze. What a geezer. Played for Scum though, mate. I know you were asking me, but it depends on the game. Away from versus hard team, Gruev at home versus a weak team, and Tanaka. I got a song about Andy Johnson going down for... Yeah. Adam. I don't know, to be fair. One of my relatives emigrated to America. His first job was cleaning out spittoons. Spittoon is a cuspidor is a receptacle for spitting into. Historically used for tobacco juice and phlegm, but now primarily for wine tasting to dispose of unwanted liquid while sampling flavours. Are you fucking joking? So people go wine tasting and then spit it out. I thought the whole idea... The only reason you must be drinking wine is to get pissed. So why are you drinking wine and spitting the shit out? If it's gone in the mouth, the bad bit's done in it. As soon as it's in the mouth, just get it, send it in. Adam Johnson, is this how far behind I am? Yes, Dale Hodgson, you've not missed a beat, mate, don't worry. Mick Boyle, Alex in net for cut, second best keeper. Alex, don't worry, Jack, we know you only have a long staff. That's why I probably couldn't share a room with him, to be fair, because I'd be too horny. He'd be wanting to go out and about and do stuff, and I'd just be like, cock gobbling. Don't you me for the cup game. Underlap positive would have thought. I'm getting really confused. Free kick 11 Dale, that's about it. Yes, Brett, that's a good summary, mate. We're doing the free kick 11 Maestro. I'm unaware of this song. Mark Hughes didn't really take free kicks. No, fair dues. Zidane could be free kick manager. Yes, indeed. BMG straight in there. Gary Mack again, player manager. Bosch. That and Jack's repressed feelings for Amiobi, Dale. Yeah, forgot about that, to be fair. Yes, indeed. Sexy man. Leeds United 3, Forest 1, Johnny Garner. Love it, mate. We're going to turn it on and play some sexy football, fella. Get up, Johnny Garner. Love it, mate. Zidane's in as manager, super quick. If Darlow had left it for DCL, no goal. If even then, where was his call to DCL? You just got to get him out of the way, haven't you? 78 RPM. That's what I mean. All dick and arms and heads and it. Honestly, DCL, get out of fucking way. I'm coming to get the ball. End of story. You've been firmly filled in, Dale. Was Fabregas decent at free kicks? Don't seem to remember Fabregas on free kicks, but again, he'll have been able to take them, won't he? Darlow never went through DCL, as he would likely have put him on the treatment table. Well, as doing my job, I don't give a fuck. I've got to finish my job, Anna. Get him out of the way. You have your best player in the air, DCL, and on the post for a reason. Take note, Darlow. There were not even a fucking Arsenal player around him, were there? I wouldn't put it past Dyche to sabotage the floodlights Friday night. That's tactical genius, though, isn't it? That tactical genius, super quick. Thank you, brother. Sometimes I can't be asked, big man, but I'm doing them as often as I can possibly be asked. I'm not overly social, so sometimes I get a bit like, can't face it. Like, I've not been getting back to comments as well recently, which is shit of me, but I've just been uploading it and then just fucking getting out of this room. It's like I spend a lot of time in here. But appreciate you super quick. Thank you, brother. Yes, Bertland, Gwizdine, Goostine. Meslier has been... I always remember the image on that. Meslier has been with the Tibetan monks learning Eye of the Eagle and Paws of the Tiger. He'll be ready soon enough. Although, to be fair, Eye of the Eagle wouldn't be a bad shout, would it? Because they can fucking see, can't they? And Paws of the Tiger, they got some paws on them, boy. Brian Cloughy, yes indeed. Peter White. Darlow would have been slated for taking out DCL. You just got to get rid of him, though. Got to get rid of him. He shouldn't. If DCL can't take a clattering from Darlow, he shouldn't be stood next to fucker. Yes, BMG. Be at a filter squad with that. Just putting out there, but Quizmaster Bosnas, I'd never heard of David Harvey, sorry, on Late Night Fridays. Yeah, well, fuck Bosnas. I keep popping out. I keep popping in and out, so may have missed stuff. Have we said Beckham for free kicks and Roberto? Both been said, CB. Both been said. What was that thing about Leslie Ash? I missed it. You haven't missed a thing, BMG. You can be off underlap for 10 seconds and have no idea what's going on, CB. You got to keep with it, haven't you? That's why we love it, Mingy. A Jack 8 Spud Toppings 11. A jacket spud. Love it, mate. Fucking wonderful stuff, Roger. How long did that take you to work out? Appreciate you, brother. Nuno was a keeper and had a fairly short tenure at Spurs and Forest. Understood, BMG. He's in, mate. That'll do me, mate. Leslie supposedly having an affair with Cantona leading to his sale to Manchester United, which seems like baseless rumour. But the rumour's based on Leslie Ash denying it, but they're still together, so they're still shagging, not Cantona and Ash. Although maybe Cantona's still balling it, who knows. Crazy number of mistakes there, but we got there, then MVG, do not fear. Couldn't be asked to scroll back, me. That's what I'm like, CB. I do my best. Uncle Eddie has been Leeds boss about 10 times on and off. Might be a bit of an exaggeration, War Piglet, but yeah, you're in a... I mean, obviously love Uncle Eddie, but you're not in a good place, I hear, if you're dragging him in. I think whenever you're sort of bringing in many, particularly as you're demising, when you're bringing in just like, when we're bringing in Eddie Gray, when we were going down and stuff, it was just like, oh, you get behind it, but you just think, oh, fucking hell, this is bad, innit? I know Scum have been doing it late and that, but, you know, I hate them and the shit, but they're in a better place than us out there. Beckham, Roberto Carlos, both in. MVG won't messing about. What is the team for tomorrow? Darlow, Bogle. This is the team I think he'll pick. Darlow, Bogle. If James Justin's toe is alright, which he seemed to allude that it was, I think he'll go with James Justin. Rodon. Pascal. Obviously, if Biol's 80%, he comes in instead of JJ. Goodmanson. Then I think he'll go. I think he'll go Ampadu, Longstaff, Aronson. Hang on a minute. Okafor DCL. That's what I think he'll do. If Longstaff's fit. If Longstaff isn't fit, I think he'll go Gruev, Ampadu, Tanaka, Aronson, and he'll drop Okafor DCL. That's what I think he'll do. So it does depend a little bit on fitness. And whether or not my scratch... I won't even go out if my scratch tracks don't calm down. I've got scratch tracks. Remember Terry Cooper with Bridget Bardot? I didn't know Terry Cooper won't banging Bridget, but the Bridget worry. God rest her soul. Well, that is also true, isn't it, Roger? I saw Lee Chapman in a restaurant in France and sent my wife to get his autograph, and the cunt tried to flirt with her. I'd embrace that though, BMG. I'm that guy, I think. I'd embrace it. I'd go. I'd just enjoy it from afar. And then when it got too far, I'd be over like going, all right, yeah, fucking, all right, you think we've all seen enough now? You've had enough now, mate. But you'd have to embrace that a bit, BMG. Tinnies! Get up, CB. Come on, Roger Slicker. Lurking like Enar. Yes, it is, BMG, yeah. and she is fit. But although I think she's losing herself a bit, they become a bit like of a caricature of their own self because they have so much work done, don't they? So they're not necessarily fit when they're young, like 19, 20. Like she was fitter than all the rest of the lesbians that play, but she wasn't that fit. And then she starts getting work done, and she becomes fitter, and then she then judges this 25-year-old version. I don't actually know how old she is, but she's called Alicia Lehman. Is it Alicia Lehman? I know it's Lehman because I always thought it was Thingy's daughter, but it's not. Yeah, so she's 27 now. So she looks fine in some and then awful in others, which I'm going to now show you an example. So I'm not sure of the timeline here, but no one cares because it's a bit of tit on screen, isn't it? So for instance there, can you see that? Is that popping up big? Or do I need to... So she's young there, but I don't know how young, so this could get verging on possibly being a bit weird. Because that's not the photo I clicked on, is it, in all fairness? Are you with me or not here? It don't fucking follow you around. So the Wikipedia page there, you can see her. She don't look great. There, she's becoming like a caricature of herself. If I zoom in, does it help? I don't know if zooming in helps. No, it doesn't. I don't want to click on the fucking image because last time it took me to a different image and that's not the point. There's obviously nice because she's just got her ass out. There's nice because she's got her ass out. There, see, she's like a caricature of herself, but like, you know, she's getting a bit weird there. But there, I don't like her hair, but she's a bit more natural there. Again, caricature of herself. Look at her lips and her face is crazy. She looks like a plastic doll. Whereas there, she's getting plasticky, but it's not too bad. Again, there, getting plasticky, but not too bad. There, not too bad. There, getting plasticky, but not too bad. Getting plasticky, but not too bad. I mean, it's always good in an outfit, granted. Too plasticky, too much hair. There, do you know what I mean? Not too bad. I want to say not too bad, like the best she gets. Even there, like she's a bit younger there, but she's got less work done. There's no need to turn into like this fucking obtuse looking, like, that's crazy to me, that. Oh no, she actually looks quite fit there, to be fair, but she's become a caricature of herself. I mean, playing footy in heels is just, you know, bait, isn't it? That's weird though, look at her chin. She's scary there. Oh, you're not following me, are you? Fucking does it to me every time. I've just clicked through about 8 pages of her there. Fucking does my head in this app. It's shit. Sorry, but if there's info online saying there was no affair, means there was definitely an affair. I agree, Brett. Yeah, to be fair, MVG, I mean, I think the rib incident was one of them breaking a rib during shagging. Fucking hell. Wilkinson was a big follower of the no dickheads rule, a little like a certain German we know. And I'll take it, MVG. There's info online saying you're not a Leeds fan. What do we make of that? BMG not letting it slip. Jack, what's crack with Simon Jordan fallout with Deontay Wilder? I thought it was fucking lame, man. Absolutely lame. I thought Wilder were being a dickhead, but it comes with territory. And then I think this idea that, like, this, it fucks me off, this, like, when you talk to people, I actually don't mind when he's going on about people, like, he can't wait to mention people, can he? And, like, you know, people say that about me, so whatever. But there's, in person, I think being rude in person is a totally different thing. And you're only being rude because you're protected by all the little wampers that are hanging about. And in reality, if Deontay Wilder started kicking off for you in a boozer, you'd lay a fucking brick, wouldn't you? So, and he's giving it big, and then he's still going on about it. They're just clout chasing losers. They all are. Honestly, it's clout chasing, ball baggery losers. The modern day losers, and especially the ones that are like late to the game with it. You're a loser. I'm a loser, but I'm not clout chasing, so... Or are we? Who knows? Lee Chapman is super forgiving and or gullible. Yeah, maybe she's got a type fudge. My support is too big for Leeds to handle, mate. Yes, Brett. Yes, indeed. Boxing bollocks. Yeah, it's just all bollocks. Was she on Men Behaving Badly? That I'm not sure if she was on there. Legendary MVG says she was. Of course she was, yeah. Of course she was. I was going to say her husband was, but that's obviously the guy. I thought they were shagging, but that's her husband in Men Behaving Badly, so... Backy chewing cowboys like Clint Eastwood. It's just fucking... To drink wine out of them's bonkers. There's a parody song online about the former Prince Andrew based on Talking Heads' Once in a Lifetime called Nonce in a Lifetime. Love it, DMG. Don't believe the hype of Wilder's power. Couldn't knock Charlie Zelinoff out. Well, he didn't knock him out, but he certainly laid him out, didn't he? But he did. That were legendary, that beef as well. What a legend he is, though, just for making something of himself. That Charlie Zelinoff. It's mental footage, that, innit? I don't know why I've spent so much time looking this shit up. Google, I didn't even grow up with that team. MVG, you know it, mate. Wilder can punch. I've just watched the latest Leeds training video on YouTube. Honestly, Kane's looks sharper than Perry. I think if you can fall over, you're sharper than Perry. But welcome, Andrew Thompson. Yes, see now, not me. Got drunk off my ass wine tasting in Sonoma Valley. It was awesome. Agreed, big man. You're not spitting none of that shit out. Aronson to get the winner tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? We're Super Leeds and we're staying up. Super quit. Who gives a fuck? Cantona actually was enjoying an affair with Howard Wilkinson, and Eric had a major Robocop fetish. Get up, Bertland. Love it, mate. Jack, did you just say cop goblin? Yeah, probably, Luke. Yeah, I can't remember, but I will have said cop gobbler, yeah. Truth be told, well, yes, I'll have said cock gobbler, yes. I've not seen no video, brother. Jack, you know your boxing are you team Brendan Ingle or Prince Nazim on their fallout? Brendan Ingle, but I think Prince Nazim's fucking mint, and I think he's well funny, and I don't think he gives a shit about Square Ball. I have an interview with Eddie Gray coming out tomorrow, says BMG. I don't watch Square Ball. I don't watch Alt. I honestly don't. I really don't. What I would say about these like podcasts, the serious podcasters, for some reason they can like speak however they want, and the cock gobblers are all in on it, aren't they? And they'll all go with it as though like. I mean, I've seen some clips at Square Ball, so I've never watched a full episode. Genuinely, I don't know how anybody does. I actually don't. I cannot be arsed with it whatsoever. But they can just seem to say they can be like critical of the club and like I don't know. It's fine, but if you're thick like me and you can't be. It's like a weird thing. But they're for some reason because the amount of subscribers sort of shows how important your voice is. It's like the gay world of being 15 again, isn't it? Where like, well, I've got a bigger friendship group than you, so you're whack, you're lame. It's like, yeah, I'm not too sure how natural this is, or like if it was all sort of in a field knocking a ball about, who people would gravitate towards, because it wouldn't be you. And that's not at Square Ball, to be fair. That's to anybody that's listening. Yeah, I did I mentioned him in a video the other day. BMG. It's I want him to do well. I've become a Sheffield fan. If you want to watch like Sheffield, if you want to watch Leeds United from like 6 years ago, just go watch Sheffield. So on that basis, I want Sheffield to do well. We've got Lord Bamford in there, Jamie Shack, fucking Calvin Phillips. They've just signed Rothwell, haven't they? They've got Helder. It's like, who else is to come? Wilder loves our cast off, It's a Bamford and Forshaw. I'll be bringing Forshaw in. It's not impossible that if Forest lose a few, that Dyche gets the chop. I hope he does. Sweets. Whatever happens, we will all stick together forever. Come on, Leeds. Love it, Dale Hodgson. Agreed, mate. Phillips has erased his memory of anything Leeds United, but somehow he's proud of his treble first season. What was he meant to say, Roger Slicker? What could he have possibly said, genuinely? There's nothing the bloke could have said. He was bound to say. He's not going to go, oh yeah, when Leeds got promoted and Bielsa's my favourite ever manager. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't have gone down well. I actually agree, though, that there's like a level of like, well, this is who I am. And I've come to Sheffield to like do well. But ultimately, do you want me to deny my Leeds tie? Because it's undoubtedly his best time in his career, isn't it, under Bielsa? But yes, indeed, he loves them. My point was he should have left it to DCL, not panicked. Yes, 78 RPM. If he's not going to come out and wipe them out, he needs to let DCL deal with it. And if DCL fucks it up, you look at him and go, what are you doing? Either DCL should leave it or Darlow should. Both went for it. Yeah, same thing. You can be on the underlap for 2 hours and have no idea what's happening, and that's good. 78 RPM. I can't imagine what it's like watching it, 'cause it sort of makes sense in my head, even though I also lose track of what the fuck's going on. So Calvin Phillips apparently mentioned the amazing Sheffield United atmosphere. My question is, what drugs do you think Phillips has been taking? Such a baseless statement. I don't think it's the I think it's the drugs he's been taking to make his career decline so much. I think he's been partying. And you know it, Dr. Curious. They've all come back to Leeds. The Snake Harrison knocking on Farke's door for move. Yes, Roger Slicker, you're going to love that. Joe Rothwell at Sheffield United now too, yeah. I know he was just a loan last season, but still. They've done some shrewd business, though, haven't they, getting all them boys in. Leslie Ash just sang the Shaggy song. It wasn't me. I saw you shagging in the sauna. It wasn't me. I've just, no, that's the guy. It's not Shaggy Bit, is it? I can't remember that. I popped my finger up my arse. So it's all I ever think about is him saying it. I put my finger up my arse. And I know he doesn't say that, but that's what it sounds like he says. Makes me sad to see them all playing for Sheffield United. Yeah, fuck it, man, we're done, aren't we? Hello, Leeds. Rejects. Leeds. Rejects. BMG, when they asked Calvin why he joined Sheffield United, his main reason seemed to be that it's near home. The truth is that he's lost his way and needs to firstly play than to gain confidence. Yeah, I mean, he's 30 now, so he's going to struggle to get anywhere near back to... Well, he's never going to get back to where he was. Is he playing, getting tweets off fucking... Michael Ballack, but... Would you put your hand on his shoulder, Jack? Yeah, get your hand off my shoulder, mate. That scared my mum, that video. Will Farke get his long staff out, or will he bring his little Willie on late? It's difficult to say in it, Super Quip. I think he'll go... I'm hoping he goes with his long staff early doors. And to be honest, depending on formation and depending on how the game's going, evidently, I'm hoping he gets his Willie out late on. Unfortunately, there's no quip for Kundo Bonetta, is there? I hope he has a lick of his cornetto, 70 minutes in. Never forget him. Never forget, never forgive, and you know it. Strange fella. The guy who sings Part Life Slip ash a length in the Ginnell 1979. What the fuck? Park Life? You know about fucking Blur Park Life? The gadget from EastEnders or whatever it was. I've got a double on when they lost the first 6 that they'd get into the playoffs. Leeds to stay up as well. That's curious. That'd be... How much are you getting for that, big man? That'd be mint money. I don't think... I mean, I think they've fallen off again, haven't they? I've just got that Alicia bitch up again. So I don't want to keep looking at her. She gets me going. Table. Yeah, the 15th. So, but they're 39. Wrexham in 6th. They're on 47. So it's not undoable, that, is it? I'm hopeful for you, Dr. Curious. Any top level footballer that does not have a fit wife probably has a fit boyfriend. Declan Rice got plenty of shit for that, didn't he? Bring back Bardo. Where is she? Lord may she rest in peace as well. Let's find her. Should be in. I won't have deleted that. I know he's called her Debbie Barlow there, but I can't remember her name. There's so many screenshots. There's so much shit on my desktop. None of it's incriminating though. None of it ends up in Epstein files. Is that her there? Oh, I've lost where I'm at now as well. I'm not going to be able to find him. Where is she? What's she called? Bridgie Darbo, something Bardo. There's so many. Hey, she is. The goofy lady. Get up. What a woman. She can stay on there for a few minutes, I think. If I'd have been on footballers' wages, I'd have shagged a lot of pigs. If I'd have been on footballers' wages, a lot of pigs would not have been shagged. No, I agree, 78 RPM. I saw Chapman in a bar one night. He looked over and said his mate, "Hey, Dr. Curious is over there." And you know it, mate. And you know it. If you get a picture of Joe Wathwell, and one of Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is an absolute dead ringer. Mysterio. And you know it. That's Curious isn't messing about. Said that yonks ago and got pelt as BMG. Who off, Mingy? Yeah, did she get a bit of airtime, BMG? Don't you've mentioned her again, I'll go again. Getting plasticky, but not too bad. New tune, you know it. Getting plasticky, but still a body. That's most females now, all plastic indeed, mate. That's why we've gone with chick all natural. Dick Van Dyke is 100 years old. He remembers that old bamboo. That's crazy. I didn't realise it. Is he still alive, Dick Van Dyke? Oh, fucking Bambi needs me. He's going crazy. Nobody gave him pelters. Come on then. But thing is, he'll do me head in because he'll go fucking... Come on then, you monster. You'll just start pulling up back wall down. I'm going to go full screen for this. Not seen the Deontay Jordan thing, but Jordan can be a bellend. He's a proper bellend, and he's quite rude to him. But it is what it is. You're getting lurked on, mate, and you know it. Thinking about squad unity, a player shagging another player's wife would always have to go. At least he did it before she got fish licked. I know, she looks terrible now. She looks like a caricature of herself. Here we go. Is he? Do you know I thought this one were a girl? Oh, I only thought that because the fucking vet told me it was a girl. Look at him after Badger. Straight in for Badger. But he's clicking shit. He's clicking shit. It's going to fucking cut out. He's on the fucking... Big man, you're on the fucking thing. You're creating markers. I didn't even know you could create a marker. I've just created a marker. I didn't even know you could do that. Right, you've got to go, pal. He's on keyboard. This is problem. I was filing something. I was doing my fucking tax return the other day. And I let him in to a morning. Oh... I let him into a morning and everything fucking... He started typing shit in on my tax return. That I could do without this, pal. I've got... He's knocked me off my stride, it's boy. Biting me. Oi. Look. Say hello. I'm sure that's why you're all here, for pussy. I think Joshua probably missed a trick by not fighting Wilder. He could have beaten him and thus raised his profile. 100% BMG. Get him cooperating here. Alarming. Feeling distressed, harassed, and alarmed. Jack, it's a pity you don't subscribe to TikTok. There's a guy laid on couch, pot-bellied, saying, what a loser. Two unfortunate athletes. Chinese, mate. All I do is eat it. Can you get a pick of Rothwell and one of... Hang on, BMG. Let me catch you up here first. I don't, MVG. He's biting me again. Hello, mister. It's alright. Chill out. Square Ball are a bit different because they are kind of proper journalists rather than just fans who started the channel like most are. Yeah, but what's a journalist, BMG? Somebody that tells you that they know what the fucking's going on and then has absolutely... And then just goes on Google and... Or just goes on Twitter. Jack, who and where do the Cobblers play their football for? The Cobblers... He's just done something again. Oh, my lord, pal. You got to go again. He's fucking upsetting Badger and everything here. You got to go, mate. You fucking doing me head in. The Cobblers, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Northampton. Last time I checked, they were 23rd in League One. Well, Old Trafford, mate. They've also been in game for decades, BMG. Can't decide on keeper as bad as each other. Should make them draw straws before kick-off. This bloke does not relax, honestly. Chill out, pal. We once thought you was a woman because of this attitude you've got. Now I've learnt you're a man. That makes even more sense. Sherbet lemons, midget gems, umbugs. Midget gems all day, man. I don't even know what spangles are. Sherbet lemons I like, but you can't eat enough of them. You can't stuff them in enough. Yes, Fergal, Kelly. Just landed. Who do some YouTubers always jump at the chance? Fucking hell. Hey, you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? He's having a laugh. Who do some YouTubers always jump? Why do some YouTubers always jump at the chance to be Leeds United negative after the window? Because it's meant for content, innit, Fergal? And they can't fucking control themselves. I watched Voldemort the other day and it annoyed me. I get that we can all have opinions. There's been opinionated and there's been like arrogant. If you knew what I knew, mate. If you knew what I knew. Just been for a piss. What we on about now? Still the ball blowing up flange thing. You know it, mate. Shaggy, get up. The Demon Headmaster, get up. Super Devil's Advocate Computer as Leeds finishing 18th place. Does that surprise you even remotely, Roger? And Notts Forest have gone on a wild run, haven't they? And they're like, are they 12th or something? I saw his gay thumbnail on Twitter. Because it always suggests it to me. And, yeah. Notts Forest are fucking amazing, man. Leeds United are fucking shit, man. That's all he'll be saying all the way through, but he's an analyst. BMG, my point being is that there's loads of complexity and mystery to transfers. How does PSR really work? How close were we to the limit? Which players would come? Did they fit, etc.? None of us know. None of us know, BMG. And that's what I'm saying. You can pretend you're a journalist all you want. And you can have a right nice background. I don't think my background's bad. But, you know, my background don't mean I'm better at this than anybody else. None of them have a fucking clue. Mark Bradley, behave yourself, brother. What's good, man? Appreciate you, Mark Bradley. As you well know, are you back from... Have you been at Booze? Have you been out for a meal? I can't remember what you put, Mark. Appreciate you. We don't stop Mr. Whitesnake. I'm going to have to get him out, looks. You've been a terror, pal. Say bye. Come on. Mark is a legend. Mark Bradley comes in, doesn't he? He normally comes in when we're off as well, doesn't he? So, maybe a signal. Mr. Whitesnake in the building. Players never with us forever nowadays. Appreciate what they did for us at the time. It's all you can do. Mr. Whitesnake getting the love. Piss music can't be far away, BMG. Let me catch up. Oh, he's moaning again. The Park Life guy was in EastEnders. Sure he was. Phil Daniels, yeah. Was he in EastEnders? He played Kevin Wicks, nephew of Pat Butcher. See, I'm not dumb. Leslie has shagged an ice cream, man. Pass it on. Shagger. There she is, buddy. There she is. You know it, BMG. And you know it, Dr. Curus. You know it, Mark Bradley. Indeed, yes. Regards to Karen. And Ira, of course, Mr. Whitesnake. Buonate, and you know it, mate. You do. Salve. Well, snap the porridge up. Ina. Huh? Dick Van Dyke's no fucking about. Bangers and gash. Yates up super quick. Pussy here, Bambi here. He's getting the love he deserves. We could have shagged another player's wives 11, but can only think of John Terry. But for how many wives he's probably banged, he'd be in every position. Keep the damn pussy away from our badger. I know he does. He goes like this with his fucking. He like rubs his cheek on him and like, get off the badger. The vet told you your male cat was a female. You sure he was a real vet, Jack? That's what he told me, and it was a woman. So that seems right to me. I know the cat's fucked me over. Yeah, 100 years old, Dick Van Dyke. Gates up. John Terrier's wife shagging teammate 11. My cat is contacting his furry overlords. We're fucked. Nice pussy. Thank you very much, Super Quip. Cat allergy. I know it's why I get scratch tracks if I scratch myself really hard. Ever since she's brought the cats in to the house, I get it leaves like a mark. Kirk Douglas made 100, but I think he's carked it now. Carked. Handled that like a cat lover, Jack, not the keyboard cat. I do love my cats, mate. I love all the pussy in house. I'm no vet, but just like people, males have cocks, females don't. Well, I actually saw its cock and had to make a phone call. I said, I think unless my female cat is got a horrendous growth or its fanny's coming out of itself, it's a guy. And it was a guy. R.I.P. to Kirk Douglas. Is it? Speak to me, Ena. Lost a couple of points with the cat, Jack lad. Had you down as a proper dog dude. Dog dude. My brother's got dogs, but truth be told, I wouldn't have an animal in house other than my lady. But she wanted cats, and you know I'm a river to my people, aren't I? So I'm neither, truth be told. But I'm glad I've got cats. They are funny. They're funnier than I thought they'd be, to be honest. Jeff Boycott played in Bradford League. His girlfriend was a lot older than him, apparently, just to make sure. Some player told him his mother was waiting outside the changing room. Boycott was annoyed. Stand corrected. Thank you, Mr. Whitesnake, but he's looking after himself for 100 €. It's wild. What's a journalist? Voldemort would be if we're not both elite managers and footballers in every position. Pants. I don't know what spangles are. I need a piss. Not that them two things are related. Van Dijk is 100. The actor, not the Liverpool player. To be fair, Van Dijk's been playing like he's 100 now. Alright, come on then. Mysterio. Fucking hell, that is a good shout, BMG. I've got to say. Badger's going to eat that cat. Badger's all over that pussy. Do not fear. Virgil moves well for 100-year-old. He doesn't half. Thursday night is grub and beer night. 20 years now. Never fail. Love it, mate. I used to love me Thursday nights. Now I love them even more with boyos. My lad has got a peanut allergy, so I loved to make him play Russian roulette with a bag of Revels if he was naughty back in the day. Yes, indeed. Say bye, pussy. I wanted Leeds to put a 20 million bid in for Patrick Aubameyang. Aubameyang, bring Aubameyang in. No, I'm only joking. Ageman, who scores with both feet, scores with his head, and at 25 he'd have been a better option than DCL. For DCL and JLS. I'm glad you've stuck with JLS, by the way. Hey, I appreciate you. Shiaga, I forgot I'd even done that. Say Goodbye is a good song by Wishbone Ash, extremely underrated band. Wishbone Ash have got a track, and I nearly sampled it, and I can't remember what it's called. Love Boat Pirate, Phil Daniels of Quadrophenia fame. Phil Daniels. Is he in a band as well then, was he? I just remember him from EastEnders, which are probably infuriating, but... Jack's holding court. But in fairness, we have privy to all the chat. Jack doesn't. I have no idea what that means, Roger. Nice beaver. Yes, I stuffed it myself. I always pack it best I can. Never a better option. So Leeds United will replace Forest when we beat them. on the villains table, or am I giving him too much credit? Yeah, so we go on the rampage, do we, and finish 14th, whatever he picked. Kirk Douglas died at 103 at 85. He was beating Michael in a foot race. I presume that is Michael Douglas's dad, then, is it? Spartacus, Spangles, Fizzy Sweets. I know I'm gonna see these and I'm gonna remember eating them at fucking Seaside or something. Oh, I don't remember these. Oh, I remember Spangles. I remember the shape, but I never had a spangle. Did they end up getting called something else? New Spangles sweets. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it, but I know the shape, which sounds ridiculous, but although they might be them tunes thing that you used to have when you got cold, to be fair. The Corridor of Uncertainty. I'm loving the JLS. You know it, Ina. Some good names in there as well, mate. Take it easy, BMJ. I hope you saw the picture, big man. We're all out anyway. Take care and stay safe. Let me see what fucking cats chuck some shit on the floor here. So I'm going to bounce as well, guys. I need a piss. I might go live on my JackCity channel. I presume is that what this guy says or something? Yes. Saka didn't have the minerals. We needed him Starks. He ended up fucking... what's his face? Had Goodmanson on toast. Did that little weasel up, put first crossing. Chelsea reject, can't remember his name. Take it easy, Mark Bradley. Thank you, dude, for the super chat. You're a fucking legend, mate. Shout out to Ming for the membership. Super quick for the super chat. You're a legend, mate. And Mark Bradley for the crazy super chat. You're in the ledge, mate. Appreciate you, brother. Take it easy, everybody. I might go live tomorrow, you know, like about 12 or 1, just do like a bit of a bullshit vid. Yeah, just for the sake of it, just before the game, because I'm off out about 4, I think. I go for something to eat and have a few pints with my mates, so before the game. So take it easy, everybody. Cheers, Peter. Take it easy. Enar in the wings, I've no doubt. MVG will never be forgot. You know it, legendary 1, 2, 3. Which then I instantly got to BMG. It's very close, and I think that's probably what happened in my mind the other week. Take it easy, Mr. Whitesnake. Yes, Enar. Brett, as always, brother. Peter White, appreciate you, brother. Ayo, smash a like on my way out. Ayo, and you know it. Dale Hodgson, Roger Slicker. As I say, Matt Bradley. I'm going to piss my pants, boys. 78 RPM just to make absolutely certain. MVG. BMG, Brett, Roger Slicker, Fergal, Kelly. Love Boat, Pirate. City of Leeds fans, that's me. Sorry about that. Take it easy, everybody. Are you jumping over, Jack? I might go onto my other channel, mate. Yeah. Let me go for a piss and have some. I need to sort a project out. That's the only thing, and you won't be able to hear it properly. But I actually need to sort it. But I'll be there for chat. Fuck it, I'll just do it. And if it sounds shit, it sounds shit. It's done it. Take it easy. Early start tomorrow. Flying over for game. What are you about, Della Hyde? Get stuck into it live tomorrow, mate. We'll meet for a pint if you're about. You know it, Roger Slicker. Right, I'm out, guys. I'm going to go live on my other channel, on JackCity channel. Type in JackCity Games and I'll pop up. And then I'll be on there in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something. Take it easy, everybody. Oops, daisy. I'll leave on that note. In a bit, everybody. Peace.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear promises. You do you.
Boom.